going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We got Gene and Trey on the gun couch. Kind of a little series we got going on today just because of the weather. Outside, haven't been able to make it to the range. Again, ammo, I feel like a broken record saying that we can't get any right now, but I'm sure if any of you have tried to find any, you've experienced the same thing. Today we got a little bit special gun on the channel as far as what it'll shoot. So we got the Taurus Judge. I'm sure a lot of you are real familiar with this gun. We've shot it. Gene's actually had this gun for quite some time. It's just kind of it's a very unique pistol, revolver. It shoots two different calibers. I'm saving some information so Gene can kind of surprise you with it too, because it is a very special gun. But I'm kind of going to let him get into talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about, this revolver when I started to become a gun guy that shoots this shotgun shell essentially. But the one that I heard about was it's a Governor, the Smith & Wesson Governor, and I think you can actually maybe shoot 45 ACP in it as well. But every time I looked at it, of course, the Smith & Wesson Governor, what's that sucker? Run you $900, maybe more.
Yeah, it's insane.
And so I wasn't 100% sure at the time that Taurus even made one, and then I seen one that Taurus made, and it was an all steel one, of course, and had this longer barrel, and it's kind of awkward, ugly. Let's just say, it was ugly. And I'm not exactly sure how long Taurus has been making this, what they call the Public Defender Poly. Essentially, it's a steel frame wrapped in polymer, I guess, to lighten it up. But I tell you, like, one thing that they did, again, knowing me like you know me, I'm an aesthetics kind of guy. So when they done that and they kind of shortened it up, shortened the barrel, made it more of, I guess, a snub nose. It's a 2.5-inch barrel. It really done a lot for the way it looks too. It's actually a very mean, good-looking gun. When it comes in the box, it comes with two grips, very easy to change, with a little Allen screw here on the bottom. I put the longer one on there immediately. You're shooting a 410 shell out of this little bitty thing, this very lightweight. So I wanted the best purchase on it I could get. So I don't even know if I know where the smaller grip is. You basically take the bottom finger groove off here, and that's how short it is. Not only does it make it look a little awkward, but a whole lot harder to hold on to. And one thing that Taurus has always done good about on their revolvers, maybe they're not the quality build of, say, the Smith & Wesson or the Magnum Research, something like that, but I tell you, they've always done good on these rubber grips as far as managing the recoil. This gun has been through the ringer. Me and Trey's taken this thing out, even my wife and maybe even one of my daughters have taken this thing out to the range and have shot skeet with this thing.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it was actually a lot of fun, I guess, because it was so challenging. So what I'm trying to say is this is not one of those Taurus guns that or any gun that we have, that we've put very little rounds through. We've actually put a lot of rounds through this gun. When I bought it, I was still in that era where I had so much problems out of Taurus in the past that I just didn't want to buy Tauruses anymore. So I kind of bought it for how it looked, what it would shoot. I know they do make one too that will actually shoot, I believe it's 3 inches. So essentially it has a little bit longer cylinder. I don't think they make that in the poly version. I think that's only in the steel one. But this one, I was really worried about how it would hold up, if the cylinder would lock up, if the firing pin, something in it would break if we shot it very much. But that has not been the case. We probably put, if I had to guess, I wasn't counting at the time, but we've probably put, I would say several hundred, 250, 300 rounds of 45 long Colt 410, and I would say that 75% of those was 410. I'm talking nasty 410s, not just the bird shots. I'm talking some stuff with some copper plates in it and such. So we've definitely shot this gun a lot, and it's never had an issue ejecting the spent casings out of it or anything like that. It's never wanted to hang up on me. You can stagger them in there. So what I do is I fix it up to where when I pull the hammer back, it'll rotate around to one of the 410s. My thought process behind that was always, well, my first shot may be under duress, and my aim's not going to be that great. And then so the first three will be 410, and then once it gets around, maybe towards the end, I'm a little more under control, be a little more strategic. You know, we've made jokes about that in the past. But I put 245 long coats in here, and then I put a couple of 410s, 3 410s actually. That's 45 long coat is an underestimated round. That's a nasty round, you know.
It's a big round.
It's a heavy round, yeah, and it's moving pretty good too. This is a double action, single action. That's nice. You know, a lot of revolvers are, you know, they're single action. You have to go through the trouble of ejecting each round. And I mean, I got some like that. If you're into that, that's fine. I mean, those are nice guns. They're traditional. I like those. It has a little hammer lock. It comes with a little key that you can put here in the back, kind of twist it, lock the hammer so it can't pull back. Kind of an extra safety, I guess. I never use it because I know how I am, and probably the same way you are. If you were in a dangerous situation, you'd probably forget that the trigger was locked. Probably lost your key, don't know where the heck it's at. So as a matter of fact, I don't know where my key's at. So I never use that, but it is there if you're into that. If you want to use that as a feature, a function, fine, whatever. It's got an extended, I guess this would be I don't know what you call that thing right there.
Ejection rod or something?
Ejection rod, ejection port rod. Yeah, it's kind of slipping my mind, but that's you know, nice. It's and like I said, when you shoot the spent casings, when you go to eject the spent casings out of here, I've never had, like on some revolvers, even more expensive revolvers, when you get it hot, you shoot 5-6 rounds, you have trouble getting it to eject the spent casings out of there. I've never had that issue with this gun. It's always functioned flawlessly. Me and Trey had it under this house one time when we were doing some work under. Run into a nest of snakes, and I literally mean a nest. Like, this was not one snake, and we're not exaggerating. And you know, we had to go back under there and do some work, and so we ended up taking this under there because we kind of felt like it would be best to use it for shooting a snake, you know, in a small area. And so we took it under the house, and by the time we got out, I don't know, it had fallen out of my pocket or bag, work bag, whatever I had it in. And I mean, it was covered in dirt, like all down in the cylinder, in the trigger, and in the hammer, just everywhere. I ended up having to take it down as much as I could and washing it with Dawn dish detergent and water and moderately oiling it up. And we've shot it several times since then. What I'm saying is that for the price point, I think I paid $3.99 plus tax for this. Again, if you buy the Governor or something like that, you're gonna pay way more than that. MSRP on this, I believe, is like $4.55, something like that. The rear sight is adjustable. It has a fiber optic front sight, which you can also, it comes with little pieces if you damage it, or if you want to change it to green or orange, you can certainly do that. Like I said, two rubber grips, a shorter one and a longer one, that weighs in at about 27 ounces, which for what this thing holds and what it is, that is very light. Feels very, very good in the hand. Overall length is about 7.6, 7.7 inches, which again is short, easy to carry around with you. It has the Taurus security system, transfer bar safety, which is pretty common for any revolver, really. But The barrel is stainless steel. It's kind of got like a matte finish around it on the inside, stuff like that. The cylinder material is also, it's an alloy steel. Also, it has a matte black finish on it as well. And like I mentioned before, the frame is covered in a polymer, which kind of protects it from the elements, but also helps lighten it up a little bit. You would think that maybe it might affect the functionality, or maybe, you know, the longevity of it. So far, we haven't seen anything that would suggest that this has been damaged in any way or is any less effective now than it was when we got it. If you drop the cylinder out and you look down the barrel, just cleaning it out, like very nice, profound rifling, or pronounced, should I say, and actually is very accurate. I mean, I'm not sure if Trey has or not, but we've actually hit some skeets with this. And when you're shooting this with the 45 long coat, I mean, it's pretty dang accurate for a revolver, you know. They also make this one in a FDE, which, you know, in pictures it looks okay. In person, it's not quite as good looking. In each the FDE and on the black, they also make it with a stainless steel cylinder. You can get that option. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's a few different variations of the gun you can purchase. But overall, this is definitely in my top. And you have to say, well, your top 10. Well, you know, between the two of us, we have about 100 guns, so top 10 is pretty good, and one of my funnest guns to shoot. At one time, no matter why we went to the range, I would always bring the Taurus with me because I wanted to shoot some skeet with it. The only reason I haven't lately is because, you know, of course, ammo looks funny right now. But
yeah, I think that you know, I agree with you as far as how well it holds. I wish that there was a little bit longer grip extension, I guess, but when you compare this to is it the Smith & Wesson or the Colt Defender? Is that what it's called? The other 45 long Colt?
I think
410.
I'm not sure about. I know that Smith & Wesson's is called a Governor.
The Governor, yeah. So I know I've heard rumors about that. You have to switch out cylinders.
Right.
So
yeah, it's got these little clip spacers that go in there. Yeah.
Right, and this is an all-in-one package deal, so you don't really have to do anything other than just maintenance it like you would a normal revolver. When you clean it, you don't have to worry about multiple cylinder cleanings or anything like that, which I've always favored. You know, simple is better, as everybody would say in America nowadays. So, but I think overall I like this revolver, the Judge, because of what it is, what caliber it is. Gene was saying that, you know, I haven't shot any skeet, or didn't know if I had, and no, I have not. It's very difficult to shoot. Now, we're not shooting 45 long colt at the skeet. Don't get us wrong.
Right.
We're hitting them with the 410 bore. We're not, no.
Stupid.
Yeah. I don't even think I could hit, and even if we did hit it, you know, we'd be shooting a 45 long colt in the air, which is not a good idea for anybody. But I will say this, that the fiber optic front sight does give a good picture to sight down when you're hitting that skeet. In Gene's case, in my case, it was good to look at while I was missing the skeet.
I got lucky one time, I think's what it was.
Well, I think you might have gotten lucky a couple times, you know.
Yeah, I hit it a couple of times, but I can't hit it with a shotgun, so go figure.
Yeah, but it reminds me that fiber optic reminds me of the sight picture on that Gerson that the MC312, I believe it was called. It has fiber optic sights on it as well, and it's very nice to kind of, you know, paint that picture when you're skeet shooting, which you're not going to do with this gun. It's more of a self-defense,
but it's
kind of gut gun, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. But overall, I'd say if you're looking for a concealable mass destruction type little revolver, go pick you one of these up.
Talking about stopping power.
Yeah, it's got that and then some.
Yeah, they branded the piss out of it, unlike the TX22 where there's hardly any branding on it at all. It's got branding across the top and on the two sides of the barrel here, but it's not tacky though.
It's not.
It's all black, so you know maybe it would be on one of the other ones. You know, the trigger, of course, and hammer and everything is still got some checkering on the hammer here. It's get a nice. everybody has double, single action. I hardly know anybody that pulls from a double action. They all pull the hammer back. So do we. That's why I have it. And I like the fact that you can stagger them too. And I think on the Governor it's the same way. I think the difference on the Governor is that it'll shoot 45 ACP. So of course the Governor will shoot, because I don't want any troll. We've been getting a lot of trolls lately.
We have. I've noticed that.
And I don't want to get no trolls out there talking about, well, he said that wrong about the Governor. I'm pretty sure the Governor's the same way in the same cylinder, as in the same cylinder will shoot the 45 long Colt and the 410, but it also shoot 45 ACP. And I think instead of replacing the cylinder, it has these little, almost like moon clip pieces that you put in here that essentially narrows the cylinder holes down a little bit so that you can shoot 45 ACP out of. I guess it works, I guess. I mean, I don't think they would continue to make it after all these years if it didn't. But, I could see a gun like this being something definitely that you throw in a backpack, take with you if you went hiking. Maybe if you went and played disc golf in some pretty shady areas like we might do this week. And
yeah, hobbies.
Near the lake, got some water moccasins or something. What I'm saying is it's probably something you're going to rough around a little bit. And I'm not into that game of buying a $900,000 pistol to rough it up,
Right.
That's not my game.
That's right.
This is perfect for that. I could say, less than $500. And you want to talk about, again, like knockdown power. Well, that's where it's at. And I mean, I've seen people and heard people say you can put it in your pocket. I mean,
7 inches is a lot to put in your pocket.
I guess. Maybe you could get it in there, but getting it out is going to be a problem, I think. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe if you're Goliath or something, you might work it out. But
yeah, you got to have some deep pockets.
But I have noticed that they've started making a lot of holsters for these things. Like if you search Judge on some of the box store websites, the holster's the first thing that comes up. I think Phobos makes some holsters for it now. So obviously there's some people carrying the thing, and they're holstering it. For me, it's a little bit too heavy to carry all day. But I mean, hey, it definitely would get the job done. I know that. And it's very fun to shoot. And if you're concerned about longevity, I'm telling you, I don't know of anyone that has this gun, and I do know a few people that has this gun that has ran this gun as much as we have. Like I said, my wife shot it, my kids have shot it, my friends have shot it. It was under and the thing is about it being under that house and all that grit and everything, I mean, it didn't rough the cylinder up very much. I mean, it's still got it didn't rough the polymer up. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with how this gun is held up. And it's one of the few guns that I've actually punished. I don't usually punish guns. I'm very easy with guns. But I think you could be pleasantly surprised at how it would perform if you've considered it in the past, thought, well, maybe it won't hold up. Maybe it's not, a quality piece like the Governor. Maybe you're just trying to ride it out till you can get that one. I believe I can confidently say you'd be more than happy with this gun. You can definitely trust it and its accuracy, get used to using it, manages the recoil very good.
I agree, especially shooting 45 long Colt or 410 bore. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, drop a comment, talk to us, let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, so we can get better. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and set those alerts for upcoming videos.